Hi, and welcome to our channel. It's A Miracle Beauty. We are a beauty review site or beauty blogger. We do have a website, Instagram, and all of our social media, what we'll link below. So I wanted first to introduce our channel, kind of our viewpoints, what our goals are, and then I'll get to the main reason for this video. So our reviews are 100% from the consumer viewpoint. We are not makeup artists. We are not experts by any means, but we want to know, are we getting the value for our money? Is the product as good as everyone says it is? Is everything exactly value-wise amount of product for the money? So a lot of times things come out that are very expensive and it's from an expensive brand, and so it makes you think that possibly it's really good. Sometimes those are a bust. They're not as good. You could get a lower dupe for a lot better. And then other ones, the dupes can't compete. So that's kind of our goal, is that we're reviewing things with a viewpoint of being consumers and the money, because we don't have the income streams that some of these people that are reviewing it do. The other thing is from multiple avenues we're reviewing it. So one is the age. I'm 40, one of my reviewers is 17. She's probably been watching YouTube much longer than I have. Most of the younger generation has. I have to say, I at first didn't understand the concept. I mean, this is years ago when it was new. I was watching homemade videos all day, and then I got addicted. I absolutely loved watching people's viewpoints, watching comedy, watching tutorials, different things, and I think the younger generation beat us out for most of my generation for understanding the concept and going somewhere with it as well. In fact, most parents think of a YouTube job as, you know, pie in the sky, it's never going to happen, stop. And some of these kids are really young and doing really well with their own creativity on their own terms, which I think is absolutely fantastic as an artist. We also are reviewing, again, with the age thing of, does that product make you look older? Does it make you look younger? Does it work on both? I have dry skin, she doesn't. So I think that it's really important that as you review things, you see it from multiple avenues. We want to know if it's worth the money for me. There's been multiple products recently that are huge, super popular. Didn't work for me at all. Mainly because of my skin type being super dry in the winter. I have eczema and I struggle with my skin in the winter. So I think that that's one of the things that consumers want to know. If someone else has dry skin like I do, or is super fair like I am, or has, you know, is aging but isn't getting a ton of wrinkles yet, doesn't want to accentuate the one she has, I think it helps. But if you have a channel of 100% one age, one person, one type, it's kind of hard to have a diversity in the review. It's kind of hard to say, yep, this product sucks, or yep, this product rocks, because you don't have that different avenues. We also review them based on their, again, the value. There's a scale we use. Scents, because so many people today are reactive to scents, and it's important to know before you buy a product that you're not going to react to it, or that if you know it has a strong odor, you know not to use it around so-and-so that has a reaction to it. I think it's important to know that before you buy a product, and I don't think, for me personally, that's discussed all the time. I watch a lot of videos both on YouTube and on Instagram and Snapchat and different things, and a lot of times the scent is the very last thing they mention, if they mention it at all, and usually the only time it's mentioned is if it's a poor scent, meaning it's disgusting or it just stinks. Whereas even if it's a perfume scent, a really great example is Ohai volumizing spray. It almost like puts a hair perfume on your hair. I adore it. I literally live for this product. They're sold out right now and I can't get it, and it's like giving me withdrawals. I'm using my last bit I have very sparingly just because I'm terrified of not getting it again. However, that being said, it has a scent, and if someone reacts to scents, that's not what they want on their hair, and that's something I think that is really important as you review products. That Ohai volumizing spray works amazing, it's fantastic, and somebody may be willing to risk the beautiful hair for the scent or use it in a more open area or something else if they know. But they purchase it and they don't know, sometimes that can be a little alarming. I know I've purchased products that I got home. For example, I had a lipstick recently that liquid lipstick, I think it was, and it literally stunk. It literally had an odor. I didn't even want it on my lips. And if I had known before I bought that what it smelled like, I don't think I would have bought it. I think, you know, but again, I try to see, touch, feel my makeup before I buy it, and in that case, I did a splurge, didn't, and I regret it. So we do it for that. We also do it for skill level. So is that product going to be good for anyone opening the box? No matter their skill, is the product going to be pretty easy to work with? Then we also do, you know, it's a 5-point scale, and then it goes all the way up to, you got to be pretty near expert to really use it effectively or to make it look as good. The blendability or whatever about it makes it much more difficult. So it really helps, I think, to know, okay, my skill level is this. And I feel like I'm not a newbie. I feel like I'm not an expert. And, okay, you know what? Per that review, I might be okay with that product. It's always subjective. Everybody always has their own comparisons or opinions. But that is our goal, to kind of give you a starting point and an idea about different products. The other thing we do is we do review our products for 2 to 4 weeks predominantly. Brands that we've been using for years, no, we're not going to, because we're going to have an idea about that new product pretty easily. The formulas don't change that much typically. We typically can figure it out pretty fast. We're going to use it multiple times before we do a review, but we're not going to do it for 2 to 4 weeks. Now, other products that are more challenging, that have different usability, or it's a brand new brand I've never used, I'm going to use that for longer and check on longevity. I'm going to check on, honestly, wearability. Like, does it blend well? Does it look good when it's done? Does it change throughout the day? Different things. And I think when you try something once or twice, or one and done, you're not going to get that broad spectrum of review points, I personally think. And then the other thing we also look at is the ingredients. So vegan and animal cruelty are important right now. I think animal cruelty is important to just about everybody out there. Vegan, I think a lot of people are. But is it also hypoallergenic? Is it got warnings you want to know about? Different things. We go in and look at ingredients. We go in and look at the formulas and try to figure out what exactly in it could irritate you. And I think that as you review products, it's really important to say, hey, you know what? I love the way this product looked. I adored it. It worked fantastic. But you know what? When my eyes watered at the movies 2 hours later, my eyes were burning so bad I had to go to the bathroom and wash part of it off. I think that's something I would love to know before I purchase products, because I don't have watery eyes. I do have an autoimmune disease that restricts my tears, but I know I personally just had that happen. I wasn't at the movies. I was actually out with friends, and I ended up with watery eyes everywhere, because once my eyes experienced that product when it watered, it was done. My makeup looked ridiculous. I had to go touch up. Still couldn't get it to look back to what it originally looked. So I personally think that it's really key to know what you're putting on your face, what you're putting in your eyes, what exactly you're doing. It's just a basis for me, normal human interaction, that I know what's going on. I'm very tuned in to skincare. I years ago never took care of my skin other than not tanning. I don't think I used a moisturizer probably my entire 20s. And that's horrible, but I didn't care. In my 30s, I kind of half-heartedly did skincare and thought, oh, well, I look young. I don't need to. I don't look old like everyone else. And so I just kind of didn't care. Now that when I turned 40, I kind of looked in the mirror and went, I do have a little bit of wrinkles. I probably should take care of the only face I have. And so now one of the viewpoints of these reviews, I'm actually trying a ton of aging products. I'm trying things that claim to take away wrinkles, things that claim to moisturize you for 12 hours. I have found some distinct winners that absolutely work fantastic. And I found some other ones that there was a skin oil that is really popular that literally lit my skin on fire. Within 5 minutes, I was washing and wiping with makeup wipes and trying everything. And it's kind of interesting to me that there was not one negative review on that website about that oil. And it's not the type of oil, because I have another brand. It's that formula. So I think it's really key as you go through any type of reviews or anything like that, that you're honest about your experience, you're honest about your usage of it. Are you using it like you're supposed to? Are you using it as they instruct? Or are you kind of manipulating those instructions a little bit, which I think a lot of people do, including myself. So I think that the transparency there is needed. So